Chapter 7, Mark of Electra. Now playing as Carrie. A tremor rocks the ship, and the alarm blares through the bridge. What's happening? Are we under attack? Saul quickly consults his data screen and turns pale. It appears the hangar bay has received a heavy amount of fire damage. Permeate the air shield to suck out the oxygen and extinguish the flames. And check the radar for any rogue fighters. No need, the damage is internal. Titania scowls and shoves away the emergency controls.
I'd like to know who was stupid enough to blow up the hangar bay.
On cue, Pax and Holmes burst onto the bridge.
Don't worry, Carrie, the fire's out.
But the hangar bay's air shield is fried.
You two were there.
You can either say, "Are you okay?" or
You blew up my ship. What were you thinking? You could have killed everyone on board. I'm sorry, Carrie. We were just trying to help you find out more about the Vanguard pilot. I get that you were trying to help, Max, but you really did a number on the Atlas. I promise I'll fix this, but we need to land and buy a new gravitational stabilizer. And they need one part, and let's find somewhere to land that doesn't cause too much of a delay. On it, Captain, pulling up our handy-dandy map.
as Holmes projects the map around you, the rest of your crew gathers around. Looks like the closest planet is Electra.
Perfect. Electra manufactures parts for ships all over the galaxy. Plus, I'd get to show you where I grew up.
Electra it is. You can either say you're hoping for a personal tour from Kepler, or your knowledge of the planet will be helpful, which I'm like, I don't know, she's like, she's kind of an employee. Yeah, no, she's still an employee. You're still, don't go there yet, Carrie. I say, yeah, the knowledge of the planet will be helpful. We'll need all the information we blah 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 blah. Get out of here. As the map dissolves, you return to the captain's chair and nod to Titania. Set a course for Electra.
Already prepped us for hyperspeed. Ready in 3, 2, 1.
Electra appears in the viewport, its atmosphere swirling with desert winds.
There's home.
I see where your tattoos get that glow. The lights are incredible. As you stare at the bright orange planet, Sol clears his throat. Captain Alara, now that the crisis is averted, I must inform you. Electra is governed by the Jura.
So a Vanguard pilot wouldn't exactly be welcome there.
You must make a choice. Transfer her to Jura custody on Electra, or become a Vanguard escort before we enter the planet's orbit. You take a deep breath and let it out slowly.
Alright. Gather the remainder of the crew. They should know what I decide. I'll get our spy. Time to say good riddance to this threat once and for all.
Moments pass as the rest of your crew enters the bridge. Xenia, Meridian, Corvus, Argo, Eos, and Zakai all join you. And Kepler returns with Hazi in her muscular grip.
As all of you know, it's part of my job to ensure the Atlas isn't dragged into the civil war. The Vanguard spy we rescued must be released to the proper authorities to prevent that from happening.
You let your eyes linger on each of your crew members as you weigh your options. I've decided. Oh shit. I mean, the Vanguard seems like less shit, but that's not the one I want to choose. I've decided. Turn Hazi over to the Jura. Dozens are dead. She needs to face a court and be held accountable for her actions. The blood drains from Hazi's face right before it twists into a mask of anger.
You think you know what war turns you into? I did what I had to do!
Take her back to the control room, Kepler, until we can hand her off to a Jura representative.
You got it.
Kepler leads Hazi off of the bridge, leaving you with the rest of your crew. Titania and Meridian look uncomfortable, while Sol gives a slight nod. You can't make out how Xenia, Argo, and Corvus feel. I'm disappointed, Carrie. I didn't think you'd make this choice. I'm sorry, Eos, but this was the best solution. I understand, but I can't respect a decision like this. Eos leaves with Zakai in tow.
You did the right thing, Carrie. I knew you'd think the Gerard deserved justice.
Jirah sympathizer, you turned Hazi in for war crimes. I hope I made the right decision. V, hovering over your shoulder, gently bumps against your cheek.
You did your best. That's all that matters.
You let out a breath you didn't know you'd been holding, and get ready to land. You're about to step onto Lectra's surface for the first time when a familiar voice reaches your ears.
Why have we landed on this truly uninspiring rock?
The Atlas had an engineering malfunction. We're just making a short stop on Lectra to fix it.
But for how long, dear? I'll have you know Matara's peace talks were already pushed back for the Senator and the Epoch Prince. We'll never make it in time.
Not to mention this isn't the best place to pick for a detour. Do you know how terrible dust is for a Seld's complexion?
I understand. It's only for a few hours, I promise. Our chief engineer only needs to find one part to get us underway again. I'm sure it won't take long.
I hope not. I can already feel my skin chafing from these arid desert winds. And what about my poor Warren?
Put on some moisturizer, Adara, and grab Warren's windbreaker. We'll have to make do.
With a huff, the passengers start down the ramp of the ship, and you follow close behind. Another great new background, another great new background. In the city, you find Kepler waiting for you, her fiery hair whipping in the wind. Welcome to my homeworld, Cap. There's so much to see. I could spend the whole day in a market like this. You hear the passengers complaining as they wander by the stalls, and you sigh. But I've got to find a way to keep the passengers entertained before they start an intergalactic incident.
You're lucky you come here with me. I got exclusive access to the sacred path of the goddess.
Sounds amazing. We should go.
Well, we gotta convince my mom. She's the guardian of Cassia and no one gets on the path without her approval.
Kepler slowly looks you up and down.
And the way you're dressed, let's just say the Lectra aren't fans of outsiders. Gotta prove you respect our planet.
And then it turns into a diamond grab for an outfit, and V's here for her usual bullshittery. Yeah, I'm not gonna purchase it, whatever it looks like. I already know ahead of time. Yeah, and it doesn't even, it pretty much just looks like that free option from before, but yeah. Keep your Willy Wonka suit on. Anyway, get out of here. Alright. Your virtual blah 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 blah.
Staying true to yourself. I like it. I'm sure we can impress my mom some other way.
And I'll have you to coach me through it. Kepler hooks a thumb behind her suspenders and smiles.
I can't wait for you to meet her. She taught me everything I know.
And she must be extraordinary. Let me just tell the passengers to browse the market for a little bit while we talk to her. You quickly inform the passengers, then catch up with Kepler. As soon as you knock on the door, Kepler's mother opens it to reveal a cramped but cozy home. Hello, I'm Captain Ilara. Before you can salute, Kepler rushes past you to wrap her mother in a huge hug.
Hey, Ma! My little Leo, I'm so thrilled to see you.
Leo?
That means little Lionheart. When she lived here, Kepler was considered a bit of a hero. A few years after the war, a gang came through town and tried to draft the survivors, but Kepler led a charge to drive them off. We're still recovering. Someone needed to stop them.
Kepler's mother places a hand on Kepler's shoulder, then returns her gaze to you.
I should introduce myself. I am Janice, the guardian of the temple of the goddess Cassia.
And then I want to click the your home is so quaint one, but I also want to click the one where he just starts hitting on Kepler's mom, basically. It's great to meet you, Janice. I see where Kepler gets her looks from. You're both gorgeous. Oh! Janice and Kepler burst out laughing.
We're not biologically related, but you're right, we are both knockouts.
I just thought... It's not the first time we've tripped someone up. Don't worry, Captain Ilara. Kepler turns to her mother with a gleam in her eye.
Cap and I were hoping you'd have some time to take him and some of the passengers to see the sacred path. That's why you're here. You brought strangers to see the path. Kepler, the path is to be protected. You know this. Of course, we can share its importance with others to help them understand our culture. The temple is a representation of our holiest values, Kepler. The path is for those committed to their Lectra roots. I know that I'm not from Lectra, Janice, but I hope I can convince you that I'm taking this seriously. Janice mulls over your words and a look of determination appears on her face. You must decide if you can handle the journey. The goddess is picky about who gets to walk her path. It's a hard hike, because Cassia appreciates hard work. Tell me, what makes you a hard worker? Well, I'm gonna say, yeah, you can either say two totally throwaway options, or the obviously right one. I've worked my whole life to be a captain and never compromised that dream. I kept working toward it no matter what it cost me to get it. You clearly have achieved what you worked for. That shows dedication. It's been even more rewarding than I imagined. This whole entire thing is not interesting to me. Sorry, I just hate when they do the little like mini quizzes that are like really obvious about which one is the right answer or the wrong one. I don't know. This is just not. Yeah, and like, it's like, what do you want? He's like, this is a vacation thing. He's trying to distract the passengers for the afternoon. He openly, fully fucking said that. It's like, I want to get my passengers to leave me alone is like the joke option. But yeah, though, that is what you're doing. You freaking, like, really? You have to do their sacred cultural thing just because your passengers are bored? Like, send them to the market or something instead. Anyway. There's no option to do that. Alright. Well, mighty pass or what? You did answer the questions appropriately. The goddess will grant him passage.
Thank you, Janice. This is a great honor. Janice frowns as something occurs to her. Before we leave, I must remind you we will not be entering the temple. Only those with the mark of the goddess can do so.
What if I gave Carrie the mark? Then I could show him around the temple, no problem.
You want me to get a golden tattoo like yours?
Yeah, look great on you.
Kepler leans over and powers up a data screen on the counter.
This is what it looked like. It go near your heart, the most sacred part of the body.
It's beautiful. Kepler leans toward you conspiratorially, her breath tickling your skin.
Plus, my mom could give the passengers a tour while I show you the inside of the temple.
Don't do it, Carrie. Getting a tattoo for a girl right away. Always a bad choice. Stick to the path outside, is what it says, and what you'll do. Scaredy cat. I should stay with the passengers. They have a knack for causing trouble.
I hear that. It'll be nice just to show you the path. Like these passengers I've heard so much about.
You follow Janice out into the harsh climate to gather the passengers from the marketplace. Wind whistles through the canyon as you follow the glowing pillars leading the way to the temple. So peaceful out here.
It's said that the goddess Cassia speaks to us through the wind, and if you listen closely enough...
Janice is interrupted by Adara complaining loudly behind you.
This wind is terrible. It's blowing sand everywhere.
This sand is irritating Warren's sensitive skin. He's in a state of utter distress.
Well, and I think Carrie's finally starting to get a little sassy, so, well, be careful not to get it in your mouth. Every time you talk, you're taking a risk.
Are you asking me to simply suffer in silence?
My Adara is quiet for no one.
Luckily, the Atlas has water picks that'll help you get grit out of your teeth. You hurry ahead to catch up to Kepler, then fall into step beside her. She used to come here a lot growing up.
Almost every day, I'd help my mom maintain the temple and clean up the path.
So sweet that you did that with her.
I loved it. I got to spend time with her and hear stories about the goddess.
I've missed spending time inside the temple.
As you round the corner, the canyon opens up to reveal a large temple floating in the desert sky. Once again with the great-ass backgrounds for this underappreciated game. It's remarkable.
When I was a kid, I came up with a poem to try to impress the goddess. I'd say it every time I saw the temple.
Can I hear it? Kepler puffs out her chest in pride as she begins to recite.
Goddess Cassia, we work until our hands are rough and move forward when times are tough, living by your light so others may have enough.
You came up with that as a kid. Sounds like you've always been adorable.
I get that a lot, but it's even better hearing it from you, Cat.
Try not to let that go to my head. Little romance hard points with Kepler, because I'm just going for it all, Jim Kirkin it. The passengers emerge from the canyon behind you, stepping out to get the full view of the temple.
Extraordinary.
I've never seen anything like her. This is even better than the hologram version. It reminds me of my favorite floating jewels.
I guess this trek wasn't completely useless.
Everyone, gather around. Janice has offered to provide us with the history of the temple. As your happy passengers circle around, you look up and wonder what mysteries are hidden within the temple walls. Now playing as Pax, you and Holmes wade your way through the busy city streets of Lectra until you reach a market filled with an assortment of strange contraptions for sale.
We'll have no problem finding what we need to fix the Atlas here. Just a matter of bartering with the right trader.
I hope you're right. After what I did to the Hangar Bay, I want to prove I'm worth keeping around.
I wouldn't worry about Carrie. Luckily for you and me, he's very forgiving.
Holmes looks around as you examine a star map sewn together from plectrum and glimmer shells.
The materials they use here make no sense.
The Lectra have never had the resources to buy the kind of tech you see in other parts of the galaxy, so they improvise with what they can get.
Sounds like you admire them.
Well, I admire anyone who thinks outside their credit count.
Oh, I do that all the time. At the sweets parlor.
Soon the two of you come to a plaza dominated by a towering display screen. Hundreds of devices and parts are listed along with the seller's price.
I think I see a gravitational stabilizer on the list. If we had that, repairing the bay would be a cinch.
Perfect. Does it say how much?
7,000 credits or better offer.
Well, that's way more than we have.
The sound of a familiar voice shouting draws your attention to a miniature racetrack built out of scrap metal. A large crowd surrounds the track, all eyes fixed on the action below.
What are you doing, Gemma? Stay on the track, you lazy good-for-nothing!
What's he doing here? I was hoping to never see that cell again.
As a group of small creatures weaves to reach the finish line, the Celd shakes his arms angrily at an adorable animal who... Okay, you can tell that's a diamond grab when you see an adorable animal, and this time it was literally the words adorable animal. Like, turn your pockets out. I've never been even a little bit swayed by these ones. Like, I don't know, the animal ones just never get me. I think it's especially because I love amphibians and reptiles, and they always make out the free one where they're like, do you want to have this lizard or a cute puppy? I'm like, give me the lizard! Anyway, okay. Alright, you turn to find Holmes, but he's nowhere in sight.
Holmes?
Here, I figured out how we're gonna pay for the part. I placed a bet on one of the races.
How much did you bet?
4,000 credits. I wanted to bet sure we'd have more than enough to buy the stabilizer.
You bet it all? Are you crazy? If this doesn't work, we'll have thrown away all the money Carrie gave us to buy the part.
Probably should have thought this through more.
On your mark, get set.
Go! The animals spring into action, scrambling down the track.
Which one did you bet on?
The ferocious-looking beast right over there.
You follow Holmes' outstretched finger to a small round tank where a baby kraken floats. He doesn't seem to be participating in the race.
Holmes, he isn't even moving.
The Seld overhears you and laughs.
Your glorified doorstop hasn't budged. The race belongs to my Triloraptor.
The Seld points to the front of the pack, where a scaled animal with pointed talons is taking the lead. Meanwhile, the Kraken contentedly blows bubbles.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
As the other animals begin to approach the final turn, the Kraken reaches his tentacles out of the water and snakes them around a nearby railing.
I don't understand. The Kraken was rolling his tank around really fast earlier.
We can't repair the hangar bay without the stabilizer. Carrie's gonna flip.
I can't lose my job on the Atlas.
The Kraken lets out a battle cry, using his tentacles as a slingshot to launch himself into the air. And fly across the finish line ahead of the Triloraptor.
Congratulations to the Kraken! All bets on the winner receive triple returns.
What? This is outrageous. He wasn't even moving when the race started.
No use crying about it. We won fair and square.
While Holmes collects the 12,000 credits, the Seld turns on you with a sneer.
You'll pay for this. You've messed with me for the last time.
The Seld storms away, growling at the Kraken, who's back to merrily somersaulting in his tank. Holmes skips back over with the bag of credits in his hand.
We did it, Pax!
You can either hug him or thank him. You happily wrap your arms around Holmes. His cheeks flush red.
Okay, I might have doubted the Kraken would win, but I never doubted you.
Oh,
The Atlas is lucky to have such a resourceful navigator.
You really think so? That means a lot, Pax.
Of course, you made this mission as light and easy as a piece of merry mint pie.
Pa reminds me that I still need to get dessert.
a couple of minutes later, you and Holmes have obtained both a stabilizer and a large portion of Flun Crisp would float between you on a small hover disc.
I can't wait to eat these.
As you pass, yep, here comes the little creature again, because it didn't offer you the diamond choice before. Here it is to be like, remember me? Get out of here, Gemma. I don't like you either. I mean, I don't know. It's a cute design, but I don't want it. I'll hurt someone else. Let's tell someone blah 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 blah. Tell a pet. An AS4 RC robot. I love that. That's kind of like an ASPCA, like, joke or reference a little bit. Cute animal care robots. Still talking about the pet, still talking about the pet. She'll have a great robot owner, don't even worry about it, guys. Someone bumps into you as you move along the streets.
Sorry.
The Romley slips something into your pocket, then disappears into the crowd before you can say anything.
Holmes, I think he just...
You cut yourself off as you feel the raised markings on the small chip, the etchings of a familiar symbol.
You okay? You were sure in a hurry.
Yeah, I'm just eager to get back.
Later that evening, the hangar bay once again has a functioning airlock and gravitational field. With the patch repairs done, you send Holmes to dinner, then pull out the message chip to see what's on the other side.
A map of the Atlas?
You follow the map over to a stack of large crates shoved against the far wall of the hangar bay. A shadow flickers across the nearest crate.
Is someone there?
A figure steps into the light.
Hello again, Pax. I see you're still loyal to the Giraffe.
I made a promise. I'm not about to go back on that now.
Ooh, and now when it shows the shows your allegiance as Giraffe. Oh shit.